So the assistive technology that I chose today to show how helpful it could be for older people is my Echo Dot. Alexa, how are you today?
Doing good, am I? Think Baby Yoda adorable he is.
So I chose the Echo Dot because I use mine every single day, and I think that everyone should have one and that they're super useful, especially for older people. The purpose of this Echo Dot is to be a virtual assistant and just kind of help with everyday things around the house. Things like you can hook them up to your TV, which I'll show a little bit later. You can hook them up to your lights, you can hook them up to your garage door, your thermostat, and then you just get quick, efficient, voice-activated tasks done anywhere in your house. You can set timers, you can make to-do lists, you can set reminders, you can ask about the news, traffic, all kinds of stuff like that. It's just super handy. Some benefits of this is it was super cheap. Mine was probably $15 to $20, I think. So it's really cheap, it's easy to find, they're everywhere, and it's relatively user-friendly if you know what you're doing. So some body structures and functions that Alexa helps with, are she's really good for people who are starting to maybe lose their memory a little bit. Like I said earlier, you can make to-do lists. Alexa, add milk to my shopping list.
I've put milk on your shopping list.
And then you can have her read them back to you later. She also can set reminders, and I think that one really important one is a medication reminder. Alexa, remind me to take my blood pressure medication at 5 p.m.
Okay, I'll remind you at 5 p.m.
So then she'll remind them at 5 p.m. to take their blood pressure medication, and you can have her do recurring reminders. I have a lot of recurring reminders set every day that keep me accountable for things that I forget really easily. So that is super helpful. Another thing is that she does trivia, which is a fun way for seniors to keep their minds active and alert. Alexa, ask me a trivia question.
I have lots of trivia skills. You recently used question of the day. Would you like to try that again?
Yes, please.
You have already responded to today's question. We asked, during the late 18th century, which country gave the most support to the American colonists during the Revolution against the British? The correct answer was D, France. 76% of our fans answered this correctly.
Alexa, stop. So that's an example. I already answered it, but you can just ask her to ask you a trivia question, and she'll ask you one, and it's a fun way to keep your mind sharp. The last thing that I'm going to talk about that's really good for seniors is that she, like I said before, you can hook her up to your TV, you can hook her up to your lights. So say an older person is a little less able-bodied than they used to be, and they want to turn off their TV but can't get to their remote as easily. All you need to do is say, Alexa, turn off the TV. Alexa, turn off the TV. There we go. And she does it. Maybe not on the first try, but she'll get there eventually. You can get smart lights, smart garage doors, smart thermostat, things like that, which I think are super helpful. So some of the disadvantages to using the Echo Dot, the first one would be that you do have to be relatively tech savvy to get her set up. And I think that a lot of older people who would benefit from using Alexa would need help setting her up and being told that they can hook her up to their lights and things like that, and making sure that that happens, because the more things that you hook her up to, the better help she is, but that is also a little bit more of a complicated process. So if you just come in, hook her up to internet, plug her in, then her abilities to be an assistant are pretty limited. There still are some, but she's more helpful the more connected she is to things throughout the house. Another disadvantage is that, like, if you were to make a to-do list on the Echo Dot, you can't see that to-do list. You can have her read it back to you, but I think that there is something to be said about a to-do list that you can see. I personally never use the to-do list function on the Echo Dot because I need to be able to see my to-do list and to check boxes. I use the reminder all the time because having a voice like remind me at the time something I need to do is super helpful. But personally, for lists, I think that it's more helpful to be able to see your to-do list, and I think that that would be true for the older population as well. And the final drawback is that she does have to be plugged in. She's not portable. So if you want to have Alexa throughout the house, you do have to have, multiple, you have to buy multiple Echo Dots or whatever form of Echo that you choose, and put them in throughout the house, which, like I said, they're not super expensive, but that is a drawback. It would be nice if she was Bluetooth and could just be carried around. But yeah, so I think that Alexa is a super helpful assistive tech. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why did the cookie buy a self-help book?
I don't know.
He had a chip on his shoulder.
And she's fun to mess around with. So that's all I have today. Thank you.